Hey, what's up everybody? Jason here with Rock and Groove, your one-stop shop for all things guitar. Welcome everybody. I have something new, something a little bit different. You know, back in 2022, I really started, left the band I was in. They were great folks and sounded awesome, had a lot of fun with them, but I was ready for something new, and that something new was solo acoustic work. So I went directly into that area, and with that, I started discovering a lot of new stuff I'm really anxious to talk about in some new videos. But the first one here that I want to talk about is this acoustic guitar, this Ovation right here. So, and the big question is and I thought about this, how many people do you see going and playing solo acoustic work, regardless of the sound, of the genre, whether it be, you know, country, rock, folk, anything like that? How often do you see Ovations? And to me, I really don't see them much anymore. I'm around Central Arkansas. I don't know of any other person who goes around with an Ovation, but maybe I'm wrong. But you don't see them as much as you may just your standard dreadnought or something with your big sound hole right in the middle. And especially anything with a round back like that. And so I've always loved the look of an Ovation. I've always thought these unique sound holes here, that woodwork, everything like that. It's really dirty, by the way, but because I've been playing it a lot, and it's, you know, I just always thought this thing just looked amazing. I've always loved the look of an Ovation. So when it come time for me to pick what I wanted to do, it was definitely going to be an Ovation. So I was lucky. I was able to pick this thing up for $300, and since then, I've yet to find anything like this for $300. I've had some problems though, and if you've ever had some luck with this, leave a comment below and let me know what you do. But I've looked everywhere and I cannot figure out a date, and I cannot figure out a precise model for this. You go to Guitar Center, Sweetwater, anything like that, Reverb, and you'll find a lot of particular, like 5CE, 520 Celebrity, I think 520s, 570s, maybe something like that. And so you get a lot of models, but they're all new and they're all made in China. Nothing wrong with that. But the thing that's really interesting about this is that this is made in Korea. And from what I can gather is that this is more than likely a 1990s Ovation made in Korea. It's in fantastic shape and everything. So I could be wrong. Like I said, if you know any different, know where to go. I mean, other than me just having to probably email someone through Ovation, where I can go to figure out anything. Because I'm looking, and you know, there it is, CS257. That's the model. There it is. It's got that. I knew that. I knew I had that somewhere. CS257. So it's a Celebrity, yes. 257, but anytime I look up any of that, it's always Chinese made. I can't hardly find anything that is Korean made. So from what I've deduced so far, it's Korean. It's got to be in the 90s, but I could be wrong. Leave a comment, correct me, let me know. Educate me, please. So I want to do a little review on this. So I'm going to do, in a minute, I'm going to get some close-ups on this, and I want to give you some sound bites. I'm going to do something different though. Sound bites I'm going to do, I'm not going to use my computer right now. I'm going to leave a link for now, and I'm going to link you in the description below to a video where I did record using Logic with some effects with this right here, and I'll let you hear that. But right now, I'm going to use my camera, even though it's not your premium microphone. I'm just going to use that camera mic today to show you how this thing sounds. Of course, in the room here, it just sounds beautiful to me. But anyway, I will do that here shortly, have you some close-ups, but I also want to talk about some specs here. One thing that really turned me on about this was it's a shallow bowl. If you grab onto an Applause or an Ovation or anything like that, you have options of your size. It could be super shallow, I think they got a medium, then they got the deep bowls. There's a lot of different sizes you want, depending on the kind of style or the sound that you want. The one thing I really liked about this was it being shallow were a few reasons. Number one, I liked the sound. So when I get into it, it's a really choppy, hard-hitting kind of sound. I wouldn't say necessarily compared to Dave Matthews, but whether you're a fan or not, I really kind of liked that shallower sound his guitars usually have. And I know he doesn't play Ovation or anything like that, but I just personally like that shallow sound. I love a deep dreadnought, a jumbo, you know, deep bassy boomy sound. I love that too. But when I play live now, I run this thing through a compressor, and I have an EQ, and I can adjust any kind of sound I want. So I can get anything out of it that I want anyway. But just having this shallow sound, I absolutely love it. The other thing that I really like about it, especially with me putting on a little bit of weight over the years, I love the shallow build because I can still hold it and it feels like an electric guitar, because I'm an electric guitar guy anyway. So to me, it just feels, like an electric guitar, and I love that. When I play shows, I stand up. I don't ever sit down. I stand up and I'm playing and I'm moving constantly. I'm a hyper guy anyway. So I love the feel of this guitar. It just feels so good, like an electric guitar. And that round bowl can allow me to roll it towards me more. I can be really comfortable for the arm right there. And I can look closer. Often when I'm finger picking, I can look closer at the fretboard. I can look directly down at it. I can get so much better, you know, very, very comfortable with my fretting and everything like that. Absolutely love that. Those are the reasons why I really wanted this guitar. So when it come up, it's got your standard, obviously, a plug in the back there, acoustic electric. It's got your EQs, sound. It's got other options on here that I don't mess with. I really don't mess with, but you have a pre-shape and a mid-shift, and you have your volume, bass, mid, and treble. I'll give you some close-ups here shortly. You got your standard, you know, 9-volt, you know, for your pickup. Goes right in there. The pickup sounds amazing. Everything just sounds fantastic, and I love the way it feels. Now, there are some cons to this, I would say, if you really want to think of it that way. If you're a sit-down, prop up that guitar and play, it's a little bit not as comfortable in a way. I mean, it's still, to me, it's shallow, still very comfortable, but you really got to use that leg you're propping up on to get it, and your shoulder to hold it in there. Otherwise, if you try to lean back, that thing's going to slide around. It's not the most comfortable when it comes to lap playing like that. But like I said, if you're like me, and when I'm finger picking and playing a lot, I usually kind of spread my legs and set this between and cock up the neck like that. And that allows me to play. But also, I play a lot with a strap. Even if I'm sitting down doing this right now, I've got a strap on. So that's kind of I would say a con if you're looking into this here, is this really something I want to do if I sit down, or use if I'm sitting down a lot? Maybe not. I maybe don't think you might want this, but if you're standing up a lot playing acoustic, you like it shallow, you like it to feel more like an electric guitar, man, this is it. And it sounds, it's an acoustic. It sounds acoustic. It does not have that electric-y sound to it. It's great. And when you plug it in, it sounds great. me give you a little bit of a sound test. I've been just kind of diddling, but like I said, I'm gonna play this. It's in this room. It's just like everybody else. I'm not gonna give you some big fancy, you know, studio setup. This is just like every other regular person out there. We're in a bedroom. We're gonna jam, and we're gonna see how this thing sounds, even though it's coming through a camera microphone. Let's give it a shot. Sour note. Playing in a dad-gad tuning right now. So yeah, as a just a recap, this is just a really quick video talking about this amazing guitar. I love it, y'all. If you really want to think of it as a review, man, I give this thing A+. I absolutely love it. I've played it like crazy. It does excellent, and I've run it through, and that's another thing I wanted to say, is that when I play this live, I've run it through multi-processors. I've run it through directly through PAs. I've run it through my standard pedal board with electric guitar pedals, and that's going to be a video coming up. I'm going to show you the pedals, show you how this thing sounds directly like that. And I've played this thing and it sounds fantastic. It takes pedals wonderfully, and I mean compressors, EQs, obviously tuners, your reverbs, delays. It's done wonderful. And something else I think is a really big plus, and I kind of wanted to say this to the end here, a big plus about this guitar is that this thing, I've never had a feedback problem. Yeah, if you crank it to certain points and get crazy with it, yeah, sure, it'll feedback. But I've really never had just standard feedback problems. I've played through a Takamine, my G series Takamine. I've played through a Hummingbird. I've played through, you know, open sound hole guitars. I've done the whole covers, the D'Addario whole covers, and you can still definitely get, even with compression and everything like that, you can still get some feedback, and sometimes it's awful. But I'm telling you, I've never had a major feedback problem with this at all. And I played a lot of shows with this live with a lot of different sound systems and everything like that. So this thing is virtually, to me, it's virtually feedback free. I never worry about it. I honestly, it never really crosses my mind. Unless I'm having to crank something up. Even with the microphone right here in my face. When I'm playing, it's, you know, if you let it go and you're talking and it's going to start self-oscillating a little bit, but you stop it and it's never anything uncontrollable, and it's never anything even hardly noticeable. Anybody in the front, you're not killing ears, you're not doing anything like that, I'm telling you. So this is excellent if you're looking for something that is very feedback, I'd say resistant, to be, you know, a little generous there, or liberal actually here. So y'all, this Celebrity, what I say, CS257 Ovation excellent guitar. So check out the description below. I have a link to a song, one of my original songs that I released under my my solo act. You can take a look at that on the page. There's a lot more, but it's done with this guitar running through Logic with some effects, and they're not built-in effects. They're actually pedals that I have running through it. So take a listen, see what you think. Thank y'all so much. Check out the other videos, like and subscribe. Thank you, and as always, have some fun.